Hi everybody, Florian Puhani here with a little bonus video for Christmas. I suppose most of you are exceptionally busy these days, so let me start with the most important thing. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And thank you so much for supporting my channel. Pause the video if you like and guess how many steps it took me to carry this year's Christmas tree home. And share your guess in a comment below if you like. A big thank you also goes to my second oldest son Jeremy. Despite him and me both walking, he kept me and the tree in the frame of the camera for almost 10 minutes straight. So please show him some appreciation by leaving a thumbs up. Now what am I doing here? Maybe Mr. Adam Sinitsky, the pioneer, which is an awesome channel by the way, would call it super functional training. To me, it is just mainly performing in my function as a dad of 3 sons. They are 23, 19 and 15 years old respectively. And as long as they want us to have a big Christmas tree, they will get one, no questions asked. But the tree carry is also somewhat of a tradition of my own. It dates back to a time when we lived in an even bigger city and neither could afford nor needed a car. Nowadays, I suppose I could just purchase a roof rack for my car in order to fasten the tree to it. But where would be the fun in that, right? A few times I have even been recognized for it, by the salesperson in some bakery, for example. Aren't you the man who is carrying that big Christmas tree home every year? I'm not really keen on that, but I don't mind it either. Anyway, instead of training per se, this is more like one of the things I'm training for. Regardless, it undeniably has some training effect itself. At least I got a decent pump in my delts, arms and the whole back. And to some degree even in my quads. And maybe it could also count as medium intensity cardio training. My heart rate went up for sure, and I also got slightly winded. The tree is about 3 meters or 10 feet long and weighs roughly 30 kilograms or 66 pounds. I know because I had weighed one of its predecessors. It had 33 kilograms and felt about the same as this one on my shoulders. But the challenge isn't so much the weight itself, but rather its uneven distribution. Even a noticeably lighter tree of 25 kilograms or so would be sheer hell to carry if you didn't grab it in its center of gravity. But since you're dealing with an organic thing from nature, you can but guess where that is. Due to the branches being tightly packed in a net, you can't even see the trunk for the most part, and how and where it is tapering. That makes finding the center of gravity the really tricky part, where you are glad if you have already gained some experience to rely on. With the tree lying on the ground packaged, you simply rip a hole in the net, stick your hand through the branches and grab the trunk. It is crucial to find a spot where you can put your whole hand around it. Then you gently lift the tree with that one hand and check the questionable equilibrium. If necessary, choose a different spot, rip another hole and try again. You don't have a lot of attempts though, because naturally, at a certain point the net would become unstable and rip as a whole. And trust me, you don't want to carry an unpacked Christmas tree of that size. Without the other hand holding the tree in its rack position wouldn't be possible over the whole distance, at least not for me. I usually claw through the net, grab some twig and pull the tree tight on my upper back. Thus I am able to take some load off the hand that's holding the trunk. Sooner or later I have to switch sides, of course, in order to avoid unilateral muscle tensions. I had thought about having the video run faster in order to save you time, but it would have become too shaky. So this is my original walking pace. It is pretty quick because I wanted to arrive home before my delts would have started to burn. And that's all that comes to my mind, I'm afraid, about this family tradition of ours. Making a bonus video about it was kind of a last-minute decision. My son had just arrived from England, where he's studying medicine, in the middle of the night before. And he slept till noon, and I hadn't asked him yet if he would like to be my cameraman. So I haven't prepared much for my voiceover narration either. Presumably, I will present you my next creative training hack in January. Until then, happy holidays. Have a good time, and bye for now.